Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Food Experience. Today, I got a very special experience. My buddy Denny has traveled here from Texas. What's up?
How's it going, man? It's a pleasure being here.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, we're going to do a little bit of a collab cook. We got 2 New York prime strips. We have a chicken breast, and I'm going to make my famous fried rice, egg fried rice, because he's got to see what's up with that. So
yes.
There's really not much else to say. Without further ado, here we go.
All right, guys. So we're going to get the smoker powered up. What we like to do, we like to leave the lid open. And typically, if you're going to cook hotter, what you'll do, you'll start your pit a little on the higher end, then you can regulate down. Pit Boss has done great with a lot of the mods and modifications they've done and improvements to the Lexington series. Baffle mod, better controller, so you don't really have to do all that too much. So we'll go ahead and power this thing on. And she is set to 250 already, so she's ready to go.
For my dad, I have a chicken breast. Nice big chicken breast. And what I'm looking to do is butterfly it. So you want to start at the thicker end. Look at this thing go right through it. Check that out. Bam. That's a butterfly right there. Looks like a butterfly. And we're not done yet. One more thing. And what I'm looking to do is flatten that out a little bit so it cooks evenly. Do it kind of angled. That'll push the meat out. And I think that's looking pretty good right there. What you could do is trim off some of this stuff that'll just end up burning. Anything that's like paper thin you want to get rid of. So I think we're good to go on that. As far as seasoning goes, I'm hitting it with Killer Hogs barbecue AP seasoning, all-purpose seasoning. And we're going to lay that on. Just like that. Get the other side. And we're good.
We have 2 prime grade New York strips here. Really, really good size. Really good price for prime grade. $15.47 a pound, almost 2 pounds of meat. Not too bad. So what I'm bringing to the table today is kind of a debunk method on seasoning steak. One thing that's good for people to understand is that steak can handle a lot of seasoning. They can handle a lot of salt. Salt will also help get crust under high heat. You know, a lot of people kind of say, you know, hey, don't add a lot of too salt. You know, a lot of salt will get kind of, you know, just too much flavor and power behind it. Absolutely not the case. Oh yeah, that almost looks more like a ribeye.
Man, that looks good.
Yeah.
That's got to be at least like an inch thick.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah, really, really good marbling throughout. You know, that's what you want to look for when you look for a steak. Is a lot of people, they want it pure red. You know, they see it. Those are usually really low grade steaks, just like sirloins. But you want to look all this fat content inside the meat itself. That's what's going to give you richness, flavor, and tenderness. So what I'm going to go with on these today is Killer Hog AP and Killer Hog's regular barbecue rub. These have been my go-to for steaks since I discovered these. So what we're going to do here, we're going to lay base rub on there like this. Okay. Okay. Rub it, press it in. Now what you want to do is before you flip to the next side, you want to go ahead and put this rub on there. The reason for that is you want to reduce flipping because a lot of your seasoning can come off on the cutting board. It's just a good practice, especially when you're cooking bigger cuts of meat like brisket, tri-tip, and stuff like that too. When you're really, start paying attention to rub coverage and things like that. So what we'll do, we'll take this one. Look how red that is. It gives it great color too. Okay. Oh yeah, look at that. See, that's what you want. Good coverage on the whole top of the steak. Now, when you press it over or turn it over, it'll give that time to soak up into the top layer of the meat. So what we'll do, we'll just repeat the same thing on the other side. And back again with the OG rub. Okay. Press it in really nice. And there you go. Alright, smoker is 235, 240. We have it set for 250, but really whenever you're reverse searing steaks, there's never really a right and a wrong time to put them on. You can put them on, you know, lower temp. That just gives you more time to take on some smoke to get your achieved result with reverse searing. So we're going to go ahead and put these guys on. Okay. Put one just like this. We'll put the other right next to it. Alright guys, so we're about a half hour into the cook. Now there was a chicken breast we prepared earlier. We added that after we added the steaks. So what we're going to do, we're going to flip the chicken, then we're going to probe, see where our temp's at on our steaks, probe them, let them get exactly where we need to be. We're going to let them ride 130-ish, give or take, and take them off, give them a short little rest, open the flame broiler, and get these ready to rock. So let's open it up and let's take a look. All right. Oh yeah, chicken's looking good. Good grill marks on it. Okay, we're right back where it was. Now what we'll do, we have this very awesome Bluetooth and Wi-Fi invert thermometer. This is my first time seeing one of these, and I really like the layout. It's easy to read, excellent functionality, plenty of ports for whatever you need to use it for. So we'll get one in, but I like to do the thickest steak so you kind of have an idea of where it's at. And you want to try to get it in the thickest part in the center as possible. What we'll do, they look roughly about the same, so I'm not really going to be too picky in this case. But what we'll do, we'll go this one right here, going from the side. Just like that. Oh, look at that juice. Just juicy. Okay, so we are going to close this lid. We're running roughly 121, right at 122. So we'll get them up to 130 and continue on.
While we're waiting on the smoker to finish, time to fire up the Blackstone because I want to have fried rice ready at the time the steaks are ready. Turn on the first burner and the second burner. And away we go.
Alright guys, we have reached 130 internal temperature. We're going to take these off and let them rest. Look at that color. See that nice red color from the Killer Hogs barbecue? Very nice. Juicy. Everything you want. Yeah, that one looks great as well. Juice just pouring out. That's what you want. While I think about it, what we're going to do, we're going to probe the chicken. Chicken is at 140-ish. 138 to 140. Obviously we'll want to get that up to more temp. Let that chicken finish and we'll come back to it. Alright guys, we're going to temp the chicken once more. It's getting pretty close. It was about the 150 range, wasn't it? So we don't want to take it all the way to done temp since we are going to flame broil it and risk overcooking it. So we're going to pull it just slightly before, because we're not going to hit it a long time over the flame broiler, because this heat that these put off goes up to 1,000 degrees when you have it maxed out. It's very hot, very, very hot. So thin chicken, you want to treat it rather delicately. So we're at 152. Yeah, we'll pull it at 155 and go from there. So we're going to remove the chicken. It's about the 155-ish range, close enough to the safe range that you always want to eat chicken. Make no mistake, always check your chicken and pork. You can't, now pork, you can eat a rare version of pork, I like to say, but there's a very fine line, very, very fine line. And to me, honestly, rare pork, I like to have pork have a little bit of texture. Rare pork, not so much, but chicken, absolutely not. You want to make sure it's 100% safe. Get your temps right. I cannot emphasize on that enough. So, we're going to probe this again. Oh, look at that good smoke coming out. Oh, yeah. That's what you want. Perfect. 156.7.
Perfect.
So what we're going to do, we're going to take this out. Also, before you're done cooking your chicken and beef, you always want to keep them separate until they're their safe temps. So we'll take this. Oh, yeah. That's what I call barbecue cologne. Right there.
Oh,
Smokiness,
yeah.
get it. So, we'll wrap this up. Slide this over. This is why these grills are so nice. This option right here. Gonna open up the flame pot. And we're gonna take this. The higher you crank it, the more that's gonna roar. Okay. Oh yeah. Good stuff there. So what we'll do, we'll place this. And we'll close the lid for just a minute to let the grill grates get nice and hot. So if you're after some kind of grill marks, it kind of helps out just for aesthetic reasons. So we'll let this heat up for a second and we'll come right back to it. Alright guys, so what I like to do, since these hot spots are rather concentrated when the flame broiler is open, you can kind of move the steak or angle it in the position of the square to get max heat coverage depending on the size of your steak. So what we're going to do here, we're going to go ahead and throw these steaks on and get a good sear, wrap them back up, let them rest, and then wait to dig in. Alright. Oh yeah, that's what you want right there. Okay, press down, make sure these corners are all down low where they can be. And the size of these steaks are perfect for the open area of the flame broiler. It's a little bit longer, diagonal, so I'm getting the maximum heat coverage that I can. Oh yeah. And you can kind of lift up and look and check on your sear as you go. Sometimes the steak will retract. It'll start to kind of arch up from actually getting in contact with such high heat. So every now and then, you can take and just kind of press down, not too hard. Just kind of hold its shape a little bit better. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, looks great.
And give it a second. Whenever you flip it over, give it a second for that heat to catch back up. Where the steak was on the grates, it cooled it down a little bit. And I did end up bumping the temp up on the Pit Boss to max temp to get as much flame as I can to lock in that hard sear. And she is ripping right now. What do you think, man?
Oh yeah, man,
she's ripping.
totally ripping.
There we go. Oh yeah, kissed by the fire. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, now what you can do, the edge of the fat cap right there you can take. This helps render it down just a little bit more. Okay. All right. Take steak number 1 off. She is done. Time for steak number 2. Okay, cover this one up so we retain heat. And let me emphasize to everybody who owns a pellet grill using this option, Andy does a phenomenal job at keeping his equipment clean, and I cannot stress the importance of that step when using an open flame. You do not want to have grease all over this and use this option. I've learned it the hard way, and I'm telling you now, make sure your equipment is clean anytime you plan on using the sear function. Because that flame, if there is grease everywhere else, it will ignite. Oh yeah. And you do want to make sure that your meat is as even as possible over this area. The heat is really directional, so as even as you can get it, through you get even coverage, the better. Now if you have a bigger steak, you can kind of do, you know, hang it off to the side, do 30 seconds there, shift it over, do another 30 seconds. You can make it work. You just got to kind of figure out what works for you. Flip over on the side. Okay, you can go and turn this thing down just a little bit for chicken since it is thinner. Kind of tame that fire just a little bit. All right. Good char. And people say you can't get a char on a pellet grill. Okay, and don't worry when you see little parts like this flame up. Just kick it off like this, and it will burn, and you can vacuum it up out later. So chicken. Okay. Now there's less fat in chicken, so you want to be careful and you want to watch it so in fact it does not burn. You can see just how hot this gets. Where that burn pot is, where that sear plate is, it's glowing red hot. That's how hot this fire gets. Okay. Flip it around a little bit. Okay, so what we will do, move this off to the side, probe it up. It bounces around. It's a little harder to probe thinner chicken. So what we'll do, we'll flip it back over, get into a thicker side. 158. Okay, 158. We'll let this ride over the flame broiler just a little bit longer. Oh, and you can just smell the aroma of grilled chicken.
Yeah,
it smells amazing.
good.
It smells so good. Getting some nice grill marks there now. You want to probe it often. Thin chicken, it can spike up really, really fast. That's a pretty thick part at 166.3. All right. We'll do one more last little flip to sear in some flavor. And we'll turn her off.
While the steak and chicken is resting, time to make some fried rice. Putting down some peanut oil, shallots, garlic, Fresno and Serrano peppers. You want them to saute up really nicely. Make sure not to let that garlic burn no matter what. Once the shallots get a little bit translucent and you can start smelling the garlic, then it's going to be time to move it off to the side a little bit. Just about there. Let's move it all to the side. Time to crack some eggs.
One-handed egg cracking, man. I couldn't do that.
Yes, sir.
My life depended on it.
And then close them up. And this is how I make my scrambled eggs.
It's much easier than using a fork.
Yeah, fork or a whisk. Just easier doing it this way. A little peanut oil, or actually a lot of peanut oil, a few tablespoons. This Blackstone, everything likes to run off, so 2 cups of rice. And the thing with rice is you don't want to slice it like that or anything. You just kind of want to get it in an even layer. Now we could go ahead and add the aromatics right on top. Going with some soy sauce. Make sure all the rice gets coated with the soy sauce. While we're letting it fry up a little bit more, adding some MSG.
Which, by the way, is an amazing seasoning. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
That's right. Gives it that umami flavor, and definitely some white pepper. Another little toss.
Oh, that smells so good, man.
Right? Oh yeah, looking good.
Yeah, it smells so good, dude.
Man, normally I would do sesame oil, but apparently I'm all out. However, I am adding some chili oil. Moving the rice off to the side for a sec. This side of the griddle I turned off. Reason being, you want a little bit cooler for the eggs. Still at around 300 degrees. And that's okay. You could add a little bit more oil so the eggs don't stick. And with this Blackstone, it's kind of bowed up in the middle, and it really is tough with eggs, folks, but just kind of pour it out. And the thing with eggs, you want to get them fluffy, not flat. So, kind of gather them all up together as tight as you can while it's hot. Don't let them get flat. Keep them in a pile like that. They'll stay fluffy. Let's get the rice back in the mix.
Ooh, man, look at that. Oh, hibachi Andy, at it again.
That's right, that's right. And you want to toss that, but again, make sure not to break up the rice. I mean, don't be chopping the rice, okay? But you do want to get those eggs separated. And you kind of got to be quick at it. No slow motion action, folks. Got to have live action, and you got to make sure to do it nice and quick. See how the eggs are all incorporated in there?
Yep.
Oh yeah, looking good. Some green onions, and we're gonna save a little bit extra for the garnish. And that should just about do it, folks. Let's load it off into this bowl I got.
That looks and smells amazing, people.
And it has to taste amazing, otherwise it was all for naught.
That's right, man.
And try to get as much as you can off the griddle, otherwise it's just a waste. And one more little bit here. And that's it, we'll call it a day. Turning off the burners, and I'll clean that up afterwards.
See that.
And there we go, folks, the final product. And with that said, we will meet you guys back inside. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are with the chicken, steaks, fried rice, corn, also some fries, and my gosh, this beef drippings right here. It looks so good. The combination of all the flavors of that fried rice. As you all know, I got Denny here with me. He's the one who has assisted with the cook, man. Mighty fine job on those steaks.
Thank you.
I could just tell they have a nice smokiness to them. Let's tear into the middle of this. Oh, yeah. Look at that, huh?
That's perfect.
Right?
Really nice, direct, and bold
Where'd you
smoky
get
flavor.
those?
Oh, Walmart, surprisingly.
Really?
Yeah, there was 2 prime grade New York strips. And just the right thickness. And
I ain't going to lie. Those steaks look really good.
oh, yeah, man. The flavor is good.
Oh. Oh. The smokiness, the seasoning, the quality of the meat.
The talent of the cook.
Yeah, talent of the cook. True, we had 2 cooks on this
Very,
one.
very good.
And we got everything to get done at the same time. Between the corn, the fries, the fried rice, chicken, the steak. Everything was like perfect with the timing.
The even cooking reverse searing on steaks to me is my favorite method. Slow smoking at first and hot and fast.
It reminds me of the sous vide method,
Yeah.
but with smoke.
Yep, it's basically exactly the same thing.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
I'm glad you guys like it.
Where
Oh,
do you
yeah.
live, Denny?
Houston, Texas.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's about it. We're going to close this out. We're going to eat the rest of our meal in private, folks. This has been fun. This has been one of the most fun, epic cooks I've ever had. Got my brother Denny here with me. Man, we had a blast, huh?
Yeah, man.
This is great. Thank you all for tuning in to this episode of, gosh, a whole lot of things. New York strip steaks, egg fried rice, corn, fries. I got my dad, got Denny. We're all happy to be here with you. Thank you all for tuning in. If y'all have any comments, questions, or concerns, drop me a line below. I love hearing from you. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave. I got all kinds of good things coming up. Until next time, folks, have a stellar day. Be excellent. And most of all, remember me. I'm KJ Andio, and I got my buddy Denny with me here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, man. And my dad. Hi, Dad.
All right, how you?
All right. Y'all take care, and I'll see you next time.
All right.
So funny, Dad.